on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back out on my 2022 Yamaha R7, and what we're going to do today is some draggy testing. So this bike, as I stated in my last video, it's a little controversial. Long story short, the bike is not fast, but it's quick. So we're going to do some draggy testing just to get kind of some real world numbers, maybe an idea of how quick it is or not. You know, of course, how quick it is going to be subjective, but I think it'll be good to do some testing and just see what the bike can do. So we'll probably do some 0 to 60s. That's going to be a little tougher just because, to be honest, my first bike, it's hard to launch a bike and slip the clutch properly. So I don't really know how well the 0 to 60s are going to go, but we're going to do them anyways just to see how those turn out. And then we'll also get some other metrics like maybe a 30 to 60 or 80, maybe a 30 to 100. And of course, we'll be filming in Mexico on a closed course, so all of this will be totally legal. But yeah, I think it'll give us an idea of how the bike performs. A little bit about the bike. I kind of covered some of this in my last video, so I'll just kind of cut straight to you know, what is modified on the bike. So outside of the cosmetic stuff, R6 throttle tube, that's not really gonna make any performance difference, but it is a rideability thing where you don't have to twist the throttle as much to achieve full throttle, so it's just kind of nice, but it really won't make a difference, obviously, right? So a Krapovich race, this is built for an MT-07, so it has to be modified a little bit, but nonetheless, no cat, pretty short muffler, and then the quick shifter. Again, that's kind of not really like a performance modification, but the quick shifter will allow you to clutchless upshift, so that saves you a little bit of time on the shift, so you're not having to pull in the clutch and lose RPM, so you get to stay in the power band the whole time. Most of the specs for this bike are on the internet out there in the wild, and you can look those up, but just kind of some rough numbers. I think Yamaha rated this bike somewhere around like 72 horsepower and like 49 or 50 foot-pounds of torque, and of course that's at the engine. What's kind of nice, and what I do plan on doing in the future, is getting an ECU flash. Two-wheel dyno works is probably who I'm going to go with, and with a full exhaust, the Snorkel Elite mod on the airbox, and their tune, their bikes are making like consistently 72 wheel horsepower and right at like 51 foot-pounds of torque. So, but you pick up a lot of power across the curve. These bikes, factory, they kind of die off on the top end. They make peak power around like 8250 RPM, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, and it makes the drivability a lot better. Throttle response is better, less engine braking, things like that. So that'll be in an upcoming video, and part of what I'll do is kind of compare the draggy numbers before and after the ECU flash so we can get some real world idea of how big of a difference it does make. So, but anyways, with that, we'll go ahead and jump into it. Let's get on the bike and do some draggy runs. There's no time like the present, so we're gonna go ahead and pull out here. Got our mirrors folded in for maximum aerodynamics. Go ahead and get this video going, even though this isn't going to show much, and see what we can do. Well, first one wasn't terrible. Looks like we got a 4 something 0 to 60. Full disclosure, I have done some draggy runs on this before when it was a little bit cooler. It's pretty hot today. It's like 90 something. With the shade, it's a little bit better, but it's pretty hot and humid. So when I got the 3-second draggy run 0 to 60, it was definitely cooler ambient air, so I'm sure that helped a little bit, but I also did a few runs to get a better launch. So it's just hard because I don't want to turn the bike over, and trying to find that sweet spot is tough. By no means a professional motorcycle rider when it comes to launching them, so we'll get turned around here and get back on the straight, and we'll see if we can do another run. I knew it wasn't my best launch, but like I said, it's kind of hard to get it right. Yeah, so we got a 4.49 0 to 60, quarter mile is 12.6. Also forgot to put my visor down. Got highway winds blowing right in my face, didn't even think about that. So Not that that's going to make the bike that much faster, but every little bit counts when it comes to aerodynamics, hence the folded in mirrors. It's also hard to like fully tuck with this GoPro setup because it hangs down too far. I'm actually got some different mounts on the way to alleviate that problem, but let's see if we can get another 0 to 100, 10 seconds, 40 to 80, 4.9. Yeah, not the most impressive numbers in the world, but you know, let's try to get another one and get that recording. Visor down. That one felt a little better, but not by like a ton. 4.30 to 60, 8th mile in 8 seconds. That's 60 foot time is horrendous. I just don't launch this thing well. Let's end that. 0 to 60, 4.34, quarter mile, 12.5. So definitely quicker, but not like fantastic. Really want to try to get that 3-second 0 to 60, but I don't know if that's going to happen today. We're going to try one more though and see. I mean, the numbers are pretty consistent, so I don't think it's going to change a ton from there, with the exception of the starting out portion. Could probably gain some. We'll try to launch it a little harder, because honestly that one I could have been a little more aggressive on the timing of the clutch. It got a little light on the front end, but it wasn't like anything significant. So all right, we're going to do one more and see what we can get. Bike's pretty hot. Not that that should really matter, but I don't think it's gonna get any faster, really. I think we're good. Let's get one more. Let's try to launch it a little better, get more over the front of the bike. That felt better. I can definitely launch it harder. Let's go! We got a 3.98 0 to 60, 8th mile in the 7s. Can't see the quarter mile yet, but that was much better. That's kind of what I was looking for. Like I said, I'm no professional at like launching a motorcycle, so somebody could probably get on this bike and get a better time, but I'm pretty happy with that. Anything in the 3s, 0 to 60, I don't know, it just it sounds a lot better than 4s, even though we're talking about tenths of a second difference from some of the other runs. But I don't know, I think that goes to show that yes, the Yamaha R7 is not fast, but it's not slow either. I don't know in any world where you would say like anything in the 3 second 0 to 60 is slow, and quarter mile being in the like 12s, it's not great. That's where this bike really doesn't shine that well, is that longer distance top end. It really dies off. Like, this bike is quick 0 to 100, and then after that you need a lot of room to be doing anything over 100. So, but nonetheless, I think it kind of gives an idea of what the R7 kind of does out of the box with like just an exhaust. Once we get the ECU flashed, we will do the intake modification and the ECU tune, and we'll see what this bike picks up. It's supposed to be a pretty significant difference. It should pull harder to the top end of the RPM range, and just make more power overall, aside from just being having better rideability. So all right, well, that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to see something else, let me know in the comments down below. I do plan on doing some more videos with this bike, some more modifications, as well as showing you guys some of my other vehicles as well. There's been some comments to see my 2004 Mustang Cobra, so that will be a video that I will try to do in the very near future. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out today's video. We'll see you guys in the next one.